Joe was a man of quiet means, his life tethered to the rhythms of his small town. Known for his business acumen and down-to-earth nature, Joe was a beacon of hope for his family and a source of pride in the community. Yet, beneath the calm veneer, he carried the burdens of love, ambition, and cultural expectations. His relationship with Moreo, a striking woman with eyes that held the promise of 1,000 storms, had always been complicated. She was the kind of woman whose beauty seemed to challenge the gods, demanding both adoration and offerings. On a sweltering December afternoon, Moreo made the fateful request. "Joe, I need 2 million naira for Christmas shopping," she said nonchalantly, her manicured fingers dancing across the rim of her glass of wine. Joe stared at her, bewildered. 2 million? For what exactly, Moreo? She tilted her head, her expression a mixture of disdain and amusement. For clothes, jewelry, and gifts. I can't walk into my family's compound looking ordinary. You know my standards. Joe's heart sank. He loved Moreo deeply, but her constant demands and disregard for his financial limits gnawed at the edges of his patience. He knew the request wasn't just about money, it was a test of his worthiness in her eyes. That night, as the moon cast silver trails over the town, Joe made a decision. "I can't do this anymore," he told her. "If love is measured by how much I can spend, then I have already failed." Moreo's laughter was sharp and unforgiving. "So, you would rather lose me than give me what I deserve? You're not the man I thought you were." Joe's chest tightened, but he remained firm. "Love should not be about material things, Moreo. I have always given you what I can. But this," he gestured at her with a weary hand. "This is too much." She left that night, her perfume lingering in his small living room like a ghost. By morning, the story of Joe's breakup with Moreo spread faster than the harmattan wind. "Did you hear? Joe refused to give Moreo money for Christmas shopping. 2 million? Who does she think she is? That man dodged a bullet." Joe bore the whispers with quiet dignity, but his heart was heavy. He loved Moreo despite her flaws, and now she was gone. One evening, as Joe walked through the market, he met an elderly man selling carved wooden figures. The man's name was Baba Ogunjimi, a mysterious traveler whose reputation for crafting enchanted items was whispered within the town. "You look troubled, young man," Baba said, his voice as deep as the forest. Joe hesitated, then poured out his story. Baba listened, nodding thoughtfully. "Love is a tricky thing," he said. "But sometimes, a broken heart is a gateway to destiny." He handed Joe a small wooden figurine. "This will guide you to the answers you seek. But be warned, the path ahead is not for the faint-hearted." That night, Joe dreamed of a vast forest where ancient spirits whispered his name. The figurine glowed in his hand, leading him to a hidden shrine guarded by a golden serpent. Haunted by the dream, Joe decided to seek out the shrine. He packed his belongings and set out at dawn, leaving the familiar comforts of town behind. Deep in the forest, Joe encountered Aya Adebisi, a seer whose eyes seemed to pierce through the veil of time. She warned him of the trials ahead and gave him a riddle: to find true love, you must first lose yourself. Only then will the gods reveal their secrets. Joe's first challenge came in the form of a raging river guarded by water spirits. To cross, he had to confront his fears and prove his worth. In a clearing, Joe met the cunning trickster god. Offered him riches in exchange for abandoning his quest, but Joe refused, earning the deity's grudging respect. Joe stumbled upon a village shrouded in perpetual twilight. Here, he learned of a curse that bound its inhabitants to their past mistakes, a mirror of his own regrets with Moreo. One night, Joe joined a festival where spirits danced under the moonlight. He learned their stories and began to understand the depth of human desires and flaws. Guided by the figurine, Joe finally reached the shrine from his dream. The golden serpent revealed that his journey was far from over. He needed to make amends with his past before he could claim his future. Joe returned to town, determined to face Moreo. But he found her engaged to a wealthy merchant, her eyes empty of the love they once shared. Heartbroken but resolute, Joe sought Baba Ogunjimi, who told him, "Your journey is not about winning her back. It is about discovering what love truly means." Joe met a nurse named Abani, whose kindness and wisdom showed him a different kind of love, one rooted in mutual respect and understanding. During the town's annual festival, Joe and Abani worked together to resolve a crisis, earning the community's admiration. Moreo returned to Joe, her engagement broken and her spirit humbled. She apologized, but Joe realized he no longer felt the same. Faced with the decision to return to Moreo or pursue a future with Abani, Joe chose the latter, embracing a love built on genuine connection. Baba Ogunjimi appeared one final time, blessing Joe's union with Abani and revealing that the journey had been a test of his character. Joe and Abani married under the rising sun, their love a testament to resilience and growth. In the heart of the town, Joe found not only love but also his true self.